Welcome back. This is Rob again from BuySide Global. Yesterday we launched the new program BSG Trading Launch Pad program, where we are going to provide you with the full setup, the software indicators package, and then the complete training and support for you to not only with the software, um, the series of classes, assignments, as well as the guidance to take you to the complete coaching program. Thank you for all the interest, questions, everything back from the community. It was really great to see the interest from the customer side. Also, we got some questions, very interesting questions in terms of you showed me in terms of what can you do, what is offering, but you didn't show anything like a charts. Show me some proofs. Show me some how the strategy works. In terms of show me the in terms of what is the strategy talking about. How exactly I'm gonna make $100,000. Show me some any kind of proof, so that they can, because there are a lot of people are skeptical because in internet in the social media we see a lot of people taking advantage, and then there are a lot of scams going on. That's why it's good to be skeptical. It's always good to ask these questions. That's why I thought I'm going to show you some kind of proof in terms of I don't want to get into too detail in terms of full training of the strategy, but I'm going to give you some pointers on what we look for, how we trade in a nutshell, so that you can understand the trades. So I'm going to take you to the charts from today, different instruments, show you some of the basic setups, that the strategies that we are going to train you once you purchase a package, once you get the software installed, once you set up everything. And then we're going to start with the series of videos, practice sessions, assignments, so that you can learn, practice again and again, so that in few months you should be able to do without hesitation, without thinking. You can start executing it. All right, so let's get started. Please understand, trading is risky. Always try to trade only the amount you are okay to lose. Also understand the CFTC rule 4.1. Every past result does not guarantee anything future. If you want to know about the full disclaimer from Basic Global, please go to basicglobal.com/disclaimer. All right, so the goal is to make $100,000 a year, right? So on a ballpark, it's like around $400 approximately a day on a weekdays. But let's be realistic. You are not gonna make the $400 every single day, 400 or $500. Whatever the goal is, you're not gonna make every single day. There are days you're gonna lose. There are days you're gonna gain. Look at the week wise, month wise. That's what matters. Again, one of the most important learning, you will not get it initial few months, but over the period of time, more and more you trade, one important thing you need to learn: the risk management. When something is not working, don't hope it'll turn back. Cut your losses and walk away. Minimize your losses. It's okay to miss a trade. Make sure you cut your losses, and then when it's going in your favor, stay as long as you can. That we're going to teach. We're going to practice those things. So again, we're not going to make $405 every single day exactly, but our goal is to make on average the $2,000 per week on a month. Look at average wise. That's the whole point. Okay, there are a lot of ways you can trade supply and demand. Okay, that is not just one. That's why if you look at supply and demand from BSG, we don't have signals. We print zones. The reason is the zone. When we have the zones printed, there are so many ways you can trade. Today, I think when you're going to join the program, our goal is to teach these four strategies, particularly the top three. Last one, we are still thinking to include it or not, for the simple reason: um, low percentage trade setup versus high percentage trade setups. When it comes to trending days data strategy, when the market is moving, there's a very high percentage. But we don't expect every day market is going to move up or down. But when it happens, that's a great the setups that we have that works amazingly well. But most of the days in given a week, you're not going to have everyday trending day, but most of the time almost like a continuous 3 4 days or even a week. It can have the choppy days or sideways market. That's when the strategy 2 and 3, the box and breakout strategy, strong zone bound strategy, those two strategies are the one we're going to teach you first, and then we'll teach you the trading strategy, because you're going to have trades um, almost every day using these two strategies, box and breakout, and then the supply zone, strong zone bound strategy. So why don't we pick up these two today, just to show you in terms of what is the potential, how, what are the states setups look like, and then how we can see what is really potential that you can, once you learn after a few months, practice in a sim, practice in long, until you become profitable in sim, the $2,000 goal per week we're talking about. And then we're going to move to micros. Okay, anyway, so the goal is to learn the box and breakout strategy and strong zones bound strategy initially, because we're going to have the entry opportunities, trade opportunities almost every day. There is no day I have seen. There are days, but 99% of the time you're going to have these setups, any instrument. All right, so let's pick those two. These strategies work for a choppy day, sideways market days. All right, so that's what if I can show you just one or two strategies to show you the potential to get to just to alleviate your skepticism, give you some little bit of confidence, what you're going to learn, what you're going to trade, how, what is the potential to make money on those things. Okay, what I'm talking about, the box and breakout strategy. Anytime the market, I think you can see my mouse. Anytime the market moves on a sideways, just a range bound, eventually it's going to break out. When it's breakout, we look for particular set of rules. Not every breakout is a opportunity. If you don't do it right, you're going to lose on false breakout. But the strategy that we have, trust me on this one, we tested for long enough to fine tune the rules, so that I will not say 100%. Nothing is 100%. Okay, nothing is 100%, but still, it's much much better. Let me show you some examples. So again, box strategies, we are looking for any range bound, for maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes in the market, and then wait for the breakout. When the breakout happens, we look for exactly one important point. If it breaks out on the top resistance, that supply side, we wait till the demand forms, support forms. Or if it breaks out from the support side, the demand side, we wait till the next supply forms opposite ways. Look here. In this case, the maroon line is the supply. It formed here, and then it bounced up here, bounced one more time, very very close, finally breakout. Once it break out, you can see the supply zone stopped, and then the new demand forms, this arrow. This is what we're looking for, that the top edge of the range bound market breaks out, and then forming the opposite zone. When it breaks the supply, we want to see the demand. Sometimes if it breaks, market reverses, and then another supply forms, don't trade it. We won't trade it. We'll teach you, we'll give you some examples, but we look for the opposite. All right, so here's another example in terms of the on the chart. We see I highlighted as well. We see that market is bouncing for a long time. By the way, this is not your typical chart. This is a BSG Pro Bars custom chart, primarily used for price action based. All our studies are price action based trading. That's why we won't take the time away and then look at purely in terms of the price action moves. Look at the price action, supply and demand moves. That's why this particular charting is so powerful. All right, so let's look at here. Um, in this case, right here, the top boundary, bottom boundary, almost from the market opened. I'm in central time. Once it's breakout, you can see the demand got broken, and then one more time there's a demand for, right here it broken, you can see the supply. This is what we're looking for, the demand became supply. This is the trade, this is exactly the trade we're looking for. All right, and then there's one more rectangle form. You can see the market is going sideways some more time, and then the top, the supply breaks and the demand forms. You can see I even took the trade, it really went well. I just want to take the snapshot to explain there. So now, don't worry about if you don't understand. The reason is this session is not to teach you the strategy, just to show you the potential, show you what we are going to trade. All right. So a couple of important things. Still, don't worry about it. Just keep in mind when I show you the chart, so that I can, when I say stronger zones, what do I mean by stronger zones? Are the ones tested, touched, and bounced. Let's go back. Look here on the top. This is the stronger zone where it's tested, touched, and then bounced back. Tested, touched, bounced back. Tested, touched, bounced back. If it breaks out, that's a great trade. Again, look at the bottom zone. Came back, tested, bounced back. Very close. Touched here, bounced back. That's why when this broken, look at what happened to the price action. It's amazing to see anytime it broke the top or bottom zones, strong zones. When I say strong zones, something bounced and tested, broken. We take on the next supply signal. We place the stops couple of ticks above the supply zone, and then we trail it from there. All right. So now you know what is stronger zone mean. Do not rely on any zone that are not touched or bounced. Those are we call it as weak zones. You can see anytime. Sometimes there are zones that is not tested. We don't rely on those things. Oh, one more thing. You can see here the zone created. It touched and bounced. It broke. Why we didn't take the we won't recommend the long trade. Okay, I'm gonna pause here. Even though it's a recorded video, you should know the answer. Why? Anytime any supply broken, it's a strong zone, because you see that it's bounced right here. Strong zone. We won't take the trade long signal here, because we want to see anytime the supply is broken, we want to see the demand, the green bar, green rectangle should created here. Do you see it right here? No. We ignore it. But here, when the demand breaks, and then do you see this? We see the opposite zone form. That's when it's signal. Even here, when the supply breaks, we don't take the signal immediately. We wait till the demand forms above, the opposite zone forms. Don't forget that. Okay? Wait till breakout from the strong zone and then zone swapped. When I say zone swapped, demand becomes supply, um, and then supply become demand. Zone swapped. Avoid false breakout by, again, wait till the opposite zone is formed. All right. So now we know the very few rules that we showed you. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. I have ES chart with me from today, actually from 10:30, October 30th. Okay. So first of all, now you know the rules in terms of what are the rules for finding the strong zone. Let's find the strong zones first. Okay. When we say the strongest zone, I'm looking for two things: strongest zones, boundaries, top and bottom boundaries. Okay, in this case, there is two types of trade. One, bounce on the strongest zones. Again, anytime this is a edge of the, you can see the top of the day range, bottom of the range for almost like until like a 11. That means anytime it bounce here, this is a trade as well. But one thing, box strategy is here. When I talk about right here, let me draw this. Look at this. Okay, this is the box I'm talking about. When it finally breaks out, you can see the demand formation. It's supply broken, demand formation. This is what I'm talking about. Even this one single trade, you can see every step is two ticks. Even this one trade is the trade for like $500. It's ES. It's not like micros. It's minis. This one trade is the $500 trade right there. But if you look at our rules, two things: form a rectangle. When rectangle breaks out, there is only one trade yesterday today for the breakout. But look at the strong zone bounce trades on the edge right here. One. This is to almost like it's like 5 points, almost close to like this itself for $400 right there. But this one trade failed, because you can see that even though it's bounced, if we had taken the trade, we would have stopped out. Not every time we're gonna win. There are days we're gonna lose as well. So this one trade failed. One, two, and then this is another trade bounced. Okay, so Let's look at same strategy on a CL. Okay, this is a crude from today. The beauty of the strategy that we are going to teach you is it's the same exact rule. Doesn't matter, you can have multiple windows open, look for opportunities continuously for a crude years, or even I'm going to show you some stocks, Tesla, because it's the same exact rule. You don't have to learn something different because it's a repeat and rinse and repeat. Forget the instrument on top, forget it, just look at the chart. Same BSG pro bars. If you look at the settings, both crude I have the same settings. BSG pro bars, body of my bar is 15, increment is 2. Always I keep 0. I will teach you why in the class after you purchase, but I always do not load past days. I always load 0 days. The reason is that this way I can clearly see the days range, including the pre-market. In this case, you can see when the market opens, I can clearly see one important step. Look at how many times this particular bottom was tested. Can you see it? One, two, three, four, five. This is the exact definition of strongest zone. Exact definition of, but there is no strongest zone on top. Can you see? It's almost like there is no strongest zone on top. Also, you can tell by it sliding down. Okay. So when I wait for it, moment I saw it's tested multiple times, once it breaks, look at what happened. Once this one breaks, again, what is our rule? Look for the strongest zone by the bounce and test it. Rule number one satisfied. Rule number two, what did I say? Anytime the zone breaks, don't take the trade immediately. Wait till the opposite zone formed. It's broken here. We won't take the trade as per our rules because the demand broken and then another demand forms. So again, as per the rules, we would have avoid the false breakout. Do you know how many traders out there who trade supply and demand, drawing the zones manually, drawing the lines manually, they lose money in false breakout. False breakout is a huge problem for all supply and demand traders. But for BSC supply and demand indicator with these rules, I can show you time and time again. As long as you wait till the opposite zone forms, you're gonna avoid almost like 80% of the false breakouts. I'll never say 100. Nothing is 100 in trading. Okay. So, but look at here. Zone is broken. As per the rules, we won't take the trade. We wait till the next supply. Next supply did not form. So, we won't take the trade. Look what happened. Again tested. When it broken this time, do you see the supply zone? This is where our trade right now. Okay. Look at the trade, how long it would have gone. This itself $1,000 trade. Okay. This is the $1,000 trade. It happened only once. It does not happen frequent, but it does happen these breakouts almost like every day, for all the instruments. Okay, for all the instruments. Now let's look at the second one, the bounce on the strong zones. Okay, even here you could have taken these trades, um, 1, 2, and 3, but I would not have taken here. I'm gonna pause here. Who can You can think yourself why I won't take these two bounces. I would have taken these bounces, not here. Okay, so if you got it right, congratulations. If not, here is why. The base is established, but the top is sliding. The top is sliding. The supply is keep on pushing it down. That means even if it bounce, it's not gonna go much. I think it's gonna come down. That's why you need to look for the trend as well. We'll teach you those things. Again, there are bouncing opportunities. Even you can see, even here there is no proper, in terms of the breakout, but you can see the bounces. Anytime it came back and bounced on the edges, you can see those trades went for few ticks. Okay. Let's look at the Tesla, the stock, because I told you many times you can trade this strategy in any instrument, not just yes, not just crude, even stocks. Look, this is again 11:30 for Tesla. Only difference is I had the chart a little bit different here. This is the only difference. Our custom chart we have it as 60 and 5. so that we can see the trend. Now we can see the again the same thing. I don't load more days, I load only 0 days, so that I can see that when the market opens, I can have the clear range bound. I'm not sure you can see it or not. Okay, this is where the first signal is. If moment you can see the bottom that established from the pre-market, the breakout happens, it can trail almost here. Okay, and also the bounce also works when it is on the way, on the downside as well. Even though market pulls back one, okay, there is no other clear bounces, but here is one more bounce here. I don't think any other bounce in these charts, but look at this particular breakout strategies. Demand broken, and then the supply forms. This is a greatest trail. Once you take this trade, you're going to have the stop right above the supply. When the market moves, you're going to move your stops from here to here to here to here to here. You're going to get stopped out here. You're going to have this huge run. Okay, so again you can ask me, so you showed me 1 day for ES, you showed me 1 day for crude, 1 day for stocks. Can you show me one more day? Okay, why not, let's show one more day. Okay, let's look at Friday is my if I say one of the days favorite days to trade is Tuesday. One of the days not so favorite day is for me it's a Friday. Always Friday is like a choppy day, sloppy day for me. I don't take the trades. All right, so again we can see the supply, the trend lines here, and then you can also see the what is it, strong zones bounce one and then two. You can see how much time the top is established here, but the other side is sliding down. That means you can take the trades from here, you can take this particular base down. Okay, there is no breakout here on Thursday. Let's look back one more day. Back one more day. All right, this is all right. So this is amazing in terms of what we can see right here. Do you see the overlap right there? Again, we are looking for the box and breakout. You can see it is a box, and then the supply right here came here. This is the trade. This is exactly the trade we are talking about. We're gonna take. Okay, this is exactly the trade. And then when I say bounce is two ways we like to teach. One, bounce right there. Sometimes it's a re-establishment. When I say re-establishment, it's right here. It's broken, but it's re-establishing the little bit away. This is called liquidity zone. We don't want it to confuse now. You will know later. Okay. And also one more important trade here. Let me remove this one. Okay. I'm going to highlight one more important step. Okay, so whether or not you can see it or not, look at this particular price range. The supply became the demand became supply. We took the trade, and then came back here. The supply became demand. We took for we can take it, but there. But look at the again the demand broken become supply. Look at what happened. This is why the price action is such an important things to learn. You need to more practice again and again. It's not something you're gonna learn in like don't expect me like we bought the system, I spent some hours, it's been a few weeks, it's not working. No, it will take some time. Moment you start seeing it, the patterns, the repetitions, the opportunities, you're gonna see more and more. Okay, so this is one of anytime we can see the price range became swapping between demand become supply, supply become demand, demand become supply. We can take the trades opposite sides easily. Okay, let's look at one more day. One more day. All right, this is the trending day strategy, but what I want to look for is the supply is broken, the demand is demand is broken, the supply is formed. This is the trade. Even the demand is broken, there is no other demand forming, next is supply is forming, we could have taken the trade. These kind of setups happen every single day. In terms of that, if you are looking at the market, the way you can see it you could see until here the base of the bottom of the market until like 8:30, and then the market moves. Anytime you can see the days range, but every time the days range is broken, the opposite zone is formed. That's a great entry to have. Okay, it's like one more day. Don't worry about in terms of uh, if you don't understand now. That's the whole purpose of the training. That is the whole purpose of the training, that we are going to have the rules, and then the training, how to look at the chart, how to set up the chart for stocks separately if you are interested in stocks. If you are looking at the chart on Ninja Trader with our setup, you can also trade the same long or short on the options. There are traders from a customer side, they already doing it right now, because there are option traders, but still they look for the supply and demand based trading strategies. It works great for them. Okay, so let's looking for same kind of opportunity. You can tell when the market opened right here, the top supply became demand. It tested, but still the market went up. If you, as long as you have the stop here, you're good. But one more thing you cannot notice if you are new to supply and demand trading, but you can see right here. Okay, you can see right here, this is the box strategy. Anytime the box strategy out here, you can see the breakout, and then if you can stretch further, here's another box. Okay, it's extended right there. And also the next one is right here. We talked about the edge of bouncing, price bounce on the strongest zone on the edge. When the price bounce in the middle, it's a different story. But when the price bounce on the bottom, top edge or a bottom edge, that's a very good trade as well. Okay, I think that's what I want to show in terms of, for us, the most important aspect is to show you in terms of the potential that you can learn, and then same setup, no matter what kind of instrument you want to trade, futures or within futures, crude. I didn't show you NQ. NQ works great also. Yes, NQ, crude, doesn't really matter. It works every single strategy. Only difference you need to do is the settings of this chart. Um, we'll create a separate video on how to set up the custom chart for each instrument, because each instrument the volatility is different, the price range movement is different. That's why you need to set up the charts in a proper way. Basic robot chart, once you set up, always keep zero every day you start, and then follow the rules that we're going to train. Practice it more and more times, until you become profitability in your paper trade before you jump into the micros. All right, so that's all I want to show you. Hope I did answer some of the questions about what strategies we're going to trade. I showed you only two strategies. Even though we're going to train you with four, we're not going to train all four at the same time. We're going to start with one, make you practice, train until you get comfortable with that. And then once you feel comfortable, trained, then we go to the next one. We have a plan over the period of time, um, maybe few months in each strategy. Also, we're going to set up the one-on-ones if you have any questions, the private trading community where we can share the charts, and we can go from there. I think that's what, when I say private, I'm talking about these kind of, we have the Discord channel where anytime even I take the trade, I share in here in terms of what exact setup I showed the screenshot as soon as I take the trade, so that people know I'm in a trade. We are going to share everything. It's not live trading room, but it's like a chat room. As soon as I take the trade, you can see ES is broken bottom of the demand. I enter the trade. You can see the price was like it tested, bounced multiple times. It created a supply. I took a trade, and then you can see that I was telling that I am now in 650, and ES it keeps sliding. The markets keep moving. I keep update all the trades. Most of the trades in here, what I enter, why I enter. Even here, it's broken. The supply done broken. You can say, where is it? I can even tell ES broke out of the pre-market today and the post-market yesterday. Entered the trade in ES. So I do also. so that you can not only you can practice, you can see that some of the trades. I don't post every day because sometimes most of the time during business hours I work with the customers and other things. But in between, when I have time, when I take a trade, when I have time, I take a screenshot and then try to send it to the members so that everybody can see what's going on. Okay, hopefully it helps.